the Bristol Flyers Podcast.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Bristol Flyers Podcast. This is episode number 30, Sam.
Mate, that's gone quick, hasn't it?
Flown by, absolutely flown by. My name's Joel Osborne. This is Sam Hardy, as always.
What's up?
And today, Sam, is our team bonding episode. Today is the team bonding episode. We're going to try and theme some of these episodes going forward. This is our team bonding episode.
What does that even mean, Joel?
You know, off the court stuff, team chemistry, everything away from the basketball court. We don't try not to talk about too many results and games here on the podcast. Just, you know, the team this year is gelling, so let's chat about it.
It's boring to keep talking about wins, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Keep on winning. We'll talk about those 2 wins a bit later on in the podcast. Don't forget, we are available every single Wednesday on all major podcast providers, giving you all the latest around Bristol Flyers. And we've got 2 special guests, which we will introduce to the podcast very shortly indeed. But just a quick one before we get underway. Last week, Sam, we went down to our partners at Clifton Coffee for the Clifton Coffee episode. They very kindly gave us these lovely Clifton, you see it in the light there, so lovely Clifton coffee mugs. So these will be living on the table. Anti-spill, Sam, apparently.
Right, let's test it. This has genuinely got coffee in. Can we see some coming out? No, look, a tiny bit's going to come out.
He's like going to pour it over the podcast.
Do you see?
Yeah.
There's coffee in my hand. Okay. How much do we trust these?
Whoa! He's trying to pour it on my head.
Yeah, see, anti-spill, love these things. I was told by Pete to read the instructions to know how to use it because they're really weird to use. And I didn't read them and I couldn't work it out for about an hour, Joel.
Yeah,
so
you give it a little twist and then it doesn't come out anymore, and you twist it again and it kind of unlocks. But
yeah,
shout out Clifton Coffee for donating those mugs to the podcast. They will live here on the table for the rest of the series. As we say, before we introduce this week's guest, obviously we've been putting out on social, give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, haven't we? This week we actually got another review on Apple Podcasts. I'm going to read it out to you right now. Of course, Cider Sam reached out. This one is from a user called Groovy, who just left us a 1-sentence review. They've rated it at 5 stars, so cheers for that. And the review reads, "More interesting than Sunday with Laura Cuthbert."
What does that mean?
She's like a politician or something, isn't she?
More interesting. Do you know what? I think that's is it a 5-star review?
Yeah, 5-star review.
I don't know if it's a dig or not. Like, we're slightly more interesting than an afternoon with a politician.
Yeah, well, shout out Groovy anyway. You gave us a review and we read it out on the podcast.
There you go.
And if you've got a review you want to leave on Apple Podcasts, do it over at the Apple Podcasts or iTunes, wherever you listen to your podcasts, and recommend us to a friend. Right, time to introduce this week's guest. And of course, this week is our team bonding episode. So we thought we'd bring 2 of the biggest characters on the team. Put your hands together for Jelani Watson-Gayle and Leslee Smith. Yes. Welcome, fellas. How we doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, really good. Thanks for coming back on the podcast. Second time round here.
No worries. It's been a little minute.
Yeah.
When was your first one? I can't remember.
I was at the first one on there.
Yeah, what was that?
So
when
it
did we
had
do
to
that?
be,
You was number 1?
Episode like 15 or 16 or something.
Oh,
Yeah, like right in September time.
Yeah, Jelani was like right at the start, I think it was, when we had him on the podcast. Leslee, you were the week after that.
Yeah, right next
now
after
we're back on together. And we thought we'd get you on because you guys, you know, you have your little scat. Is it scat gang or scat team?
It's not
We're
it's
not
not
a gang.
Gang has negative connotations.
You were
Not a
calling
gang.
it the Scat Gang early
No,
days.
no, we
team.
never said gang. Never.
Scat team.
I remember when we called you guys Scat Gang on the podcast. I got a text from Jelani after the podcast. He's like, "Joel, just by the way, we're a scat team, not a scat gang."
We're an organisation.
talk us through the scat team organisation then. So,
It's a scat team. We just, pick some members that we think got game. But we got right now. I think we got 5 guys. It's about 5 of us. Me, Jelani, obviously. We got
Obviously.
Ibuka, Corey,
Louis.
Malcolm, Louis.
Brandon.
Shout out to Louis. Brandon. Right now that's 6. How much is that?
That was like
That was 7. Yeah.
Yeah, so we growing, we growing. It started with just me and Book. Then we said we can't, we just look at people and say, yeah, Jelani for sure. Then, everybody else just got on board pretty much.
yeah, and you are the CEO of the scat team.
CEO, Scat CEO.
What does that make you, Jelani?
I think he's the premier or the deputy. It's one of those. Right now, we still, but
We're still sorting out roles.
Yeah, we're still sorting out roles, but he's in one of the higher positions for sure. Him and Ibuka, they like, my side guys, so they make decisions. I just overlook them. They kind of pick the guys. I'd be like, all right, if you think he's scat, he's scat. So I'd be like, all right, cool.
And just to describe what we're talking about here, if you have the scat, as you say, it means you've got game, you're good at basketball, and you can join the scat team.
It's a bit more than that though. You know what I mean? It's how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
swag.
You got to have a bit of swag.
It didn't really start like that. Like it was just like something I would say like after a shot. Like we started with like usually people call it a swish or whatever, but this guy I knew back when I was in Nebraska, I was, we played pickup. He would always shoot and say scat, and I was like, what is he saying? But he would always make an all net, so I just started saying it. It just kind of stuck with me when I came over here, and then Ibuka just reminded me about it. When I got back, he was like, oh yeah, the scat is back, scat is. I forgot about that, So, we just went from there, But like he said, it ain't just about, the word. It's like how you carry yourself, the confidence you have on the court. That's why we pick certain people to do it. We obviously have some guys like we wanted BJ and, other guys to be a part, but, I guess he's a little too big. His name is a little too big.
You have to turn down some invites, otherwise it gets too crowded.
We got some offers out there, but we got some contracts. We try to get coach on, so like we need a coach, but.
Have you ever said scat on the court, like in BBL games?
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, scat ball.
And you guys have the handshake as well. I know you showed it to us very briefly on the open training episode. Sam and I have kind of been practicing it. I think if we can show you here, Sam.
I've forgotten it. I've literally
I think I can
forgotten
talk
it.
you through it. So it's one of them, one high five, two backhands like that. It's a little pinky at the top.
Yeah, that's why we're not in the scat
Index
game,
finger at the
bro.
bottom, and it links out there, and you pull, and that's it.
Is that right? Right. Let's go here. Right. So,
right, here we go.
You go. Right, we slap, we switch it up.
Oh, okay. They slap at the top these days. Oh, the handshake's always changing.
Developing.
Yeah, you gotta grow.
Now you got a CEO at the top there, making corporate decisions like changing the handshake and that,
I asked him, I said, look, I think this will look better, and they was like, yo, I like that. They rock with it, So I don't just make the decision and be like, nah, we doing that. And I see what they say, what they think about it, and they're like, okay, yeah, that's dope. And we can go from there.
There we go. Great stuff. Well, we're great to have you guys with us on the podcast. You guys have actually joined us from a team meal, is that right? Down at Pepper Nero's, our partners at Pepper Nero's. How was it?
It was good.
It was good, It's always good to get a midweek meal.
I asked them what they have.
Free meal.
Yeah,
free meal.
Got a bit of free in there.
I was saying, literally, you guys are going out and getting free meals every week. Coach taking
Coach
you guys
got
out.
that money, man. Somebody got that money.
I'm not gonna complain.
Somebody paid.
Did anyone make a half-court shot today or not?
No, we didn't even take one.
No.
We didn't
Just
take
because they're getting dubs, that's what it is. They're just getting dubs, and coach is like, yeah, here we go. Let's go out for a team meal.
No, we forgot. I'm gonna remind him tomorrow. I'm gonna take one tomorrow.
For the shot?
Yeah,
We do. We usually do before a road game.
Yeah, usually it's Nando's. If they make the half-court shot, everyone goes for a Nando's. But you get like one attempt each, don't you?
No,
you pick.
like one person.
Yeah.
Oh, just one person shoots, and then if that goes in, okay. Okay. I see how it is. Who's shooting this week?
Don't know. Depends. It's a game time decision.
Yeah.
Who's feeling it? Depends on who's feeling
You
it.
see how
That's the
after
same, man.
practice he usually picks somebody, or we'll pick somebody, or somebody just step up. He just said he's gonna do it. Like, hey, okay, let's get
I'm
it.
probably not. I haven't made one yet. I'm
Who's the most clutch? Who's done the most?
TB
and
and
the seam probably. Yeah.
they've
Yeah, I saw him hit one. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny because TB made one, and as he was making one, I'm like, bro, don't let him shoot. Don't let him shoot.
Yeah, that one
He
time.
made it as well.
Jelani, last time we had you on the podcast, you were looking for brunch spots around Bristol. Has anyone slid in your DMs with some brunch spots in Bristol?
No, they haven't actually. They haven't. Actually, I think someone did, but I forgot what they said.
Yeah. Well, if you have got any brunch spots out there, any listeners that have some breakfast or lunch spots they want to recommend to Jelani, do slide into his DMs. Let him know where to go and eat out in Bristol.
I got one for you actually. Did I say this before? There's this place that does chicken waffles.
Yeah, I think you did.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
No, I went again. It's so good. You gotta go there, okay?
What's the name of the place?
It's an old bike shop. I can't remember where it is. Down by the fountains in the centre. I'll let you know afterwards, okay? I can't remember. There you go.
Fellas, right, the theme for this week's episode is team chemistry, team bonding. Right now, at the time of recording, we are 15-6 in the league, 21 league games played. 16 and 5. No, 15 and 6. We're 15 and 6. My notes are wrong here. Second in the league. I want to know what the secret is. What's been the secret to your guys' success this season? Because of course, coming into the season, everyone was doubting the Flyers. Obviously, new look team. Everyone was writing us off. What's been the secret to the success this year?
I mean, secret. I don't know if it's really a secret. I feel like we play hard, and when we do play together, it can be hard to beat us, especially like on a defensive end as well. Like sometimes we string together a lot of stops, get a lot of offensive rebounds, and like I said before, like we've got a lot of weapons on the team. So like any given day, anyone can step up.
Yeah, and it seems like off the court as well, like the chemistry, like you guys are all getting on off the court. I don't think I've seen, you guys are all just, it's like you're great friends on the court, you're great friends off the court. You guys always seem to be hanging out and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, our locker rooms before practice, it gets crazy in there, man. We just be talking about anything, so it's like...
Joe, you heard us on the bus.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Joe was sitting next to me on the bus. I said, Joe, you're in for a treat, mate.
Yeah, I mean, that always plays a role, when you got guys you can have any kind of conversation with, people not scared to talk about anything, so that always plays a role in like the camaraderie and the success of a team. And like you said, we got a lot of weapons. We got a lot of guys that's good individually, that could create for themselves, and that's always an advantage because a lot of teams, they pretty much have like one guy that's designated to score a certain amount of points and this and that. I think with us, we have so many guys that can go off, get anywhere between 15 to 20 points. Obviously, he had a 30-point game. When you got guys like that kind of individual talent, it's hard to defend because you never know who's gonna be hot. And even if somebody's like he was hot, like it opened up a lot for everybody else. So just having that kind of talent on the court at the same time, it really helps, and we could benefit from it.
And Les, I know it's your second spell with the Flyers, and sort of this year you've kind of changed your role personally. You're more the veteran player on the team. Jelani coming in his rookie season. How have you made that adjustment? What's that been like? Adjusting to that new role.
For me, it's definitely been tough. Being out for 2 years and then coming back and playing a position that I haven't played since college, pretty much. So it's just kind of being able to adjust to the speed of the game again, the physicality. And just getting my lungs back under me and my legs. I think I'm getting better, I feel better, but obviously it's not the position I'm used to, so it's just a matter of adjusting and doing the things I need to do to be effective in that role, pretty much.
He says you're the veteran, but you're getting rebounds like a 22-year-old out there, man.
I've always been a rebounder. That's been a part of my game.
Yeah.
I think one time I had like 20-something rebounds here before.
Yeah, I remember. It's like 2018, the first spell. I remember that game, actually.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing none of that. But, rebounding always been one of my strengths, whether it's offensive or defensive. So, if I'm out there and if all I can do right now is help the team with rebounding, I'll do that. We have a lot of weapons, so scoring is something I don't even have to think about. So, just getting offensive rebounds, getting these guys second shots, securing defensive rebounds so we can get out and fast break, stuff like that. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. You say that's your role, but I saw a tasty little left-handed, one-handed bounce pass through the middle like a point guard. Was it to VJ?
Yeah.
What the heck was that all about? That was amazing. That was beautiful.
Let's just a bit of point guard today. No worries. There you go.
I mean, like I was here before. I played on the perimeter a little bit more, and pushing the ball on the break wasn't something foreign to me. It's always been something I'm used to, but I don't get the opportunity to do it so much now because the role is different. So, I was speaking to B about that, and what's funny is like Brandon was right in front of me when I got the rebound. I was yelling his name. I was like, Brandon, like, come get the ball. He was like, man, just push it. I was like, all right. So, I just seen VJ, and me and VJ been talking a lot about just going back doors because a lot of guys overplay him and not always trying to come for the ball. So And I saw him, he just cut, and I really couldn't do nothing but pass it. He was so wide open, so I just made a quick decision.
It was so naughty though, wasn't it? You
Yeah, it
liked
was.
that one, didn't you?
Yeah, it was nice. He dunked it. Once he finished with a dunk, I'm happy. I'm good. You make it look better, you know. So
Jelani, obviously your rookie year coming into the BBL. What's Les been like as a leader for you? Like, how has he welcomed you into the team? Sort of taught you about, like, obviously Les has had 2 years playing in this league already.
No, Les is just it's good to have Les around, man, because we'll be in the house and we'll just talk about basketball, talk about life, talk about everything really, and it's just like Les has gone through what I've gone through already, so he's kind of just helping me go through it, giving me advice and everything. So yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, you mentioned you guys are living together this season. Obviously, it's we had Brandon and Malcolm on the podcast a couple of weeks ago in our Roomies episode. You guys live together as well. Who are the other team players that live together on the team? It's
VJ
TB,
and
Tevin and VJ, and TB and Mike. Yeah. Awesome. Who's the which house would you rather be in? Is Les your ideal roommate? Is you?
Of course. It was funny because at the start of the year, Mike, he wanted me to move. He wanted me to move house because when VJ and that first came, they couldn't drive.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, nah, I ain't going nowhere. And Les was like, man, tell Mike I said you ain't going nowhere.
Have any of you got any bad habits? Because they say you don't know someone until you truly live with them. Has any of you got any bad habits, or are you just getting on?
we don't talk about that kind of stuff. Man.
Keep that stuff in-house, innit?
Yeah, man, that's in-house rules.
Nothing to air out here on the Bristol
Nah,
Flyers
man,
podcast. Maybe something for the back of the bus instead.
Nah, man.
What was I going to say? And obviously on the other podcast, Les, when you were on, you say you're a bit of a chef in the kitchen. No cooking for Jelani at all these days?
Man, he been cooking. I'll give him that, man. He been doing his thing, you know. Maybe I inspired him to cook a little bit more. Maybe, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But no, I'll give it to him. He been cooking, you know, and that's good. Like, that's important for a professional athlete to look after their diet, you know. So when you cook, you're gonna cook what you know, and you're gonna cook based on how you should eat for an athlete. So you know, he's doing the right thing, you know. So that's all I really got to say about that.
What are you cooking?
Me, depends, innit? Because it's just there's times where you come from practice, you just want to eat something quick, so you just throw something together. Then there's times where you might want to try something new. Do you know what I mean? So my main go-to, probably some chicken.
Straight out the air fryer. Something out the air fryer there.
Air fryer sometimes, yeah. Some broccoli, we'll get some pasta. Depends, innit? Depends what I'm feeling.
Stir fry. Don't act like you and me.
He's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Look, do you know what it is? Every time I make something, I'll taste it. I'm like, hey, yo, Les, he'll be on the game. Like, yo, come taste this.
Yeah, he be doing his thing, man. You know, I mean, out of all the people on the team, I'd say it's me and him. I see that cook. I see VJ be doing a little something. I ain't gonna speak on the rest.
We already heard about his dog food. His dog food's what we heard
It
about.
wasn't dog food. It just kind of smelled a little different, you know. But if you know anything about cooking fish, you know it has a little bit of a smell. So these guys don't, you know, they're just making a little fun of them. But that's how we are. We make fun of each other no matter what it is.
Do you not put like rules in place on the bus for away games, like no smelly food, or is it just
the only rule?
Free for all?
Don't take a number 2 in the toilet.
Yeah, that's probably the only rule.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that. Not on those toilets on the bus.
Yeah.
It's hard to even be in there, man.
Even me, I'm not even tall. I'm in there like this.
Yeah.
When you walk in the little cubicle. Yeah, because your head, you have to like dip your head through, don't you? Even I have struggled like in there. Like you can't. The last thing you want to do is if you only go in there if you really, really have to go, because like you just can't like.
Not designed for guys over 6 foot, right?
It's not designed for people above like 5.5
It's not
feet.
designed to be in there. It's not. You know.
100%.
They're designed to sit in on. They're designed for taking number 2s, but that's the only rule.
Low key, yeah, actually. It's like an airplane toilet.
This podcast has just taken a deviation.
Than that, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how it
I've
is, though.
definitely tried to go in there and my ear and my shoulders on the roof, on the ceiling like this.
And then the bus driver brakes hard.
That'd be the worst. That's unfair.
We've turned to talking about toilets here on the Flyers
But
podcast.
that's what I'm saying. Like the locker room talk. It just goes anywhere.
Because even even today we was in the weight room talking, and coach is there. We talk however in front of coach, and coach just shakes his head and just starts laughing.
He's used to it by now.
Yeah, he's used
like,
to it,
these guys are wild, man.
I've always said, I was on the back of the bus with you guys. Well, the last 2 games actually, I've sort of been a bit further back in the bus, and you see all the conversations we have here on the podcast. They're all very, it's clean, it's family orientated, suitable for anyone. We go on the back of the bus, the conversation just takes a sudden turn. What would be amazing, and now this would be like a bit of a long shot, but it'd be amazing to just mic you guys up.
Nah, that wouldn't be smart.
Turn this into like a Flyers off the hook podcast, and just check that explicit box, and the numbers I feel would be incredible for a
they would be incredible.
It would go viral.
But a lot of it would probably hurt our PR.
Yeah. No, 100%. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying if there was no if there was no fire back from it, but we can't do that obviously. So those conversations stay at the back of the bus. I'm afraid.
Who's the person most likely to turn it south?
Tevin.
Tevin
Ollison.
Tevin, yeah, 100%.
It's always the innocent ones, isn't it?
Seem innocent.
He looks so nice. It's just like he's kind. No, apparently not.
Tevin for sure.
100%.
Fellas, from a conversation like this, it's obvious you guys have great team chemistry. You can talk about anything. One of the key things is team socials. Obviously, that's a big part. What you guys do off the court. When I think of team social activities, I usually think of things that not pleasant things like initiations and things like that. Have you guys ever done initiations for new players coming into the team? Les, of course, being a vet, either hazed the rookies or anything like that. You see that a lot in college and stuff.
Nah, I think these guys. Nah, we don't do anything like that here.
No,
they're professionals, Joel. Come on, man.
Did you ever have anything like that at college though?
Oh yeah, of course.
What kind of things do you get?
It won't be extreme, you just gotta be the carried all the stuff, like the water bottles, the basketballs, all that stuff. I don't know, maybe not at your school.
Yeah, I didn't get hazed. I was starting, so I didn't get hazed.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
I've seen that one in the NBA where they're all the rookies go at when they start in the tunnel and they run out for the first warm-ups.
And they leave.
And they set all the rookies to go at the front. They all pretend to run out on the court, and then the rookies go out and there's no one behind them, and they're just out there warming up by themselves. That's always quite a funny one.
I think I seen one with Devin Booker. I don't know if it was Devin Booker, but they filled his vehicle up with popcorn. It was Trae Young.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's messed up. Because it was like a Range Rover or something. Nice vehicle, man.
It was a lot of popcorn as well.
Man,
just
they
full of
filled it
popcorn.
up full of greasy, buttery popcorn. I was like, yeah, he got to get that detail.
I like stuff like that. Rugby teams at our uni had to do the naked mile. So the first away trip, they'd have everyone would have to get naked. Apart from you could either wear your shoes or your pants. There were the 2 rules. So if one or the other, and then a mile out from getting back, they all got kicked off. The rookies all got kicked off the bus, and they had to run the last mile home, either naked or with no shoes.
Listen, I'm not doing nothing like that.
So hypothetically, if you were made to do that, would you choose your shoes or would you choose your pants to wear in that situation? You got
100% pants.
You wear your pants and run bare feet.
I can't be showing everyone that stuff. You know what I mean?
Pants for sure.
The last mile of the away trip.
Yeah.
What are you choosing?
I'm choosing shoes.
Yeah, I'm choosing shoes.
You're on concrete, aren't you, on the way back?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I can just be walking around just like. You know what I mean? That's
For a mile?
Yeah, a whole mile.
A whole
like
mile.
This. That's a bit.
Nah, I could be bare feet.
And we're in the UK, so it's cold out as well, you know.
I'm doing bare feet, 100%.
I could be bare feet for a mile.
Yeah, 100%. You from the island?
Yeah,
you
you know
walk,
me.
you
I
know.
told you I used to walk
Live bare
outside with my tea. Yeah, come on, man. You got to feel the earth, man. You got to go out there. Get connected. I can't do it out here. It's too cold. It's too cold, dude.
Fellas, is there anything you've done on a team before, team social activities? Is there any sort of quirky team socials you guys have been on, or interesting team socials in the past?
We tried this weekend. We tried to go bowling.
Yep.
But them guys aren't serious, man.
For 3 days straight, we like, what time?
What time? They're not, them guys aren't serious.
Yeah.
Who's not taking it seriously? Let's name and shame.
Well, we was gonna go. What was it? Sunday or Monday?
We're supposed to go.
Monday, right?
Yes, yeah, Monday.
It would have been. The only people that was responding was me, Les,
BJ.
Mike, and VJ. That was it.
That'd be fun, though. That'd be a good crew.
Everybody
we
got to
don't
be
want
there.
to go with just 4. We want to go with the whole team.
Okay. Well, we'll make it happen. We'll do it. I'll get involved. I'll beat all you. I back myself.
You gonna bring the podcast to it?
Nah.
No.
Oh, maybe we could.
Kind of like what y'all did at Clifton.
I think we could. Well, there's a couple of. It's funny you say that. There's a couple of socials I think coaches looking to get booked in pretty soon. One of them, urban axe throwing with Whistle Punks. So we might take the podcast down to that one. You guys ever done axe throwing before?
Yeah, I did it with my brothers this summer.
Yeah. We did it last year,
good?
didn't we?
Am I good?
Yeah.
I think I came last.
And what was the other one we were going to do? I can't remember. There was another one we were going to do. Oh, darts. Yeah. We were going to play darts down at Flight Club. Have you ever been to? Yes, there's a bar on Corn Street called Flight Club, Bristol. They have like these interactive dart boards. And you like play different games like snakes and ladders, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty good fun. We did it last year, didn't we, Sam?
So good. No maths as well. Computers do it all for you, so you're just throwing and just chilling.
Yeah.
Whereas normally, if you're playing darts, you're like stressing about if you got the right number and whatever. But yeah, no, it's really good.
Nah, it's good. It's really good. Speaking of team bonding, of course, on Sunday it was VJ King's birthday. Did you guys do anything after the game to celebrate at all? Any social activities, or was it just let's not tell coach? What?
We just went around his
we
house.
hung out, yeah, we just hung out.
for a bit.
Just chilled out.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, after the game, one of our partners, SNL Autos, Lorraine from SNL Auto, she bought in this cake for
Yeah,
VJ
shout out to
King. If we can get
Lorraine,
it up on screen, Dan. This is after the game here. There's Lorraine holding the cake. She came into the dressing room. You guys all sang.
VJ cheesing. Look at him.
He loves.
He's smiling. Look at him.
They're VJ's player sponsor as well, aren't they?
They
SNL
are.
Autos,
They are indeed. Yeah, they brought that cake in for VJ. He blew out his candles after the game, celebrating a big win. So good thing they picked up the win as well. That big game against Newcastle. It was awesome, wasn't it? And there's the cake. You can see the cake there. What an incredible cake! Like
It's
so much
actually
detail.
amazing.
If you for the listener, essentially, it's a Bristol Flyers jersey. It's got the Flyers logo on it. It's got a Kappa logo on it. Number 17 for VJ King. And then there's text saying happy birthday. And at the very bottom, you can kind of see SNL Autos down there as well.
I'm going to tell Lorraine, I think that's absolutely amazing. But if you look at the Kappa logo really quickly, I think it looks like a crab.
It does look like a crab, doesn't it? If you look at it closely, you squint or something.
Yeah.
It looks like a crab.
That's amazing. Unbelievable.
How did the cake taste, fellas?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, I liked it. I had like 3 slices, so yeah, it's good. if I have more than 1 slice of anything, it's good. Especially cake.
Great stuff. Jelani, I got so caught my throat there. Jelani, last time we had you on the podcast, we did not get round to our quick fire segments, quick fire questions segment. I'll say that again. Obviously, we introduced that for the first time when Les came on, so we never actually got you to do it. So, do you fancy doing it now, Jelani?
Let's do it, man.
Great stuff. Right, Sam, let's get ready for quick fire questions. There we go. Jelani, if you're not familiar with quickfire questions, we ask as many questions as possible in 30 seconds. There's no wrong answer. You just have to give us an answer. Ideally, the right answer, like one that don't just say anything random. 30 seconds on the clock. You got to answer as many questions as possible.
What's the record right now?
11.
Yeah,
You got
11. Is it Mike?
Mike got 2 people got 11 in the end. All that matters right now is Les got 5, so that's what you got to be.
We're not
I
keeping.
got 5?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leslie. Yeah,
I
Leslie
did
went.
worse than that. I did good.
Yeah, well, Les went right at the start, and he think he's bottom of the table. I think him and someone else are both joint bottom.
Yeah.
I did good.
Right, Sam, let's get 30 seconds on the clock. Are you ready, Jelani? Your 30 seconds starts from now. Who is your favourite NBA player?
Kyrie.
Would you rather be able to fly or be invisible?
Fly.
Are you a morning person or an evening person?
Morning.
What's your most played song on Spotify?
Don't have Spotify, Apple Music.
What's your most played song on Apple Music?
Perco-Sex, D-Block Europe.
Would you rather have 3 feet or 3 hands?
Free hands.
Who's the funniest guy on the team?
Brandon.
Favourite away arena to play in?
London Lions.
Weights or cardio?
Cardio.
What's your favourite snack?
Bun and cheese.
What was it?
Bun and cheese.
Bun and cheese. What's
Yeah.
bun and cheese?
It's Jamaican. Bun and
Buller?
cheese.
What's he called it? Buller?
No, that's not my favorite. Bun and cheese.
Bun and cheese. I've never heard of bun and cheese before.
Oh, the thing you put in a.
No, the bun and cheese. Remember, I had the whole bun after we went to the hair shop.
Didn't you? That's not a buller?
That's bun.
Oh, that's just bun.
I was gonna buy the buller, but it looked
I thought-
dry.
You got a grand total of 9 there, Jelani.
Smoke Leslie.
We just slipped on the. You said Spotify and just needed the song.
You
there.
should have just said a song, bro.
Oh man,
Yeah,
because it wouldn't have been truthful. It's not on Spotify, innit? I'm on Apple Music.
But it's on Spotify, though, isn't it? The song.
I don't even think that song was my top. I just named that song.
There we go.
What was the name of it again?
Perco-Sex. But I think my actual top played song is "Wait for You." I think it is.
The Future.
"Wait for You" with Future, Drake,
That's
and
a hit.
Thames.
That's a hit.
There we go.
That's a hit.
We'll have to do some little playlists for each of you guys and put them out on social so fans can listen to what you're listening to.
Yeah, that's a good
I'm
idea.
an idiot, I think.
Who's got the worst? Who has the worst playlist?
Corey.
I was
waiting for that one. Corey apparently is all his like Christian music. Is that right?
I mean, it sounds awful when we say that.
That's not what he meant.
I mean, that makes it sound awful. You know what I mean?
That doesn't mean it's bad.
No, it's
It's just the worst playlist.
That's what makes it sound bad.
You see what I'm saying? We didn't say it's a bad
But look, you
playlist.
see me, like he's asked me, I said Corey. Then he said, yeah, it's cool Christian music.
I looked at it
You know
based
what I
on
mean?
worst playlist. I didn't look at it based on
Digging yourself
bad
out of a
music.
little hole there, Jelani.
Hey, man, look.
Joel, you put him in there, mate. That's your fault.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate. We got one more thing we want to get through before we get to our news segment, and this is all based around today's theme, which is obviously team chemistry, team bonding, etc. We've got 5 dilemmas for you, 5 social dilemmas we're going to put you in, and you have to give us a player name. So, for example, we'll say the one player you would do, the one player you'd want to go with, to the supermarket or somewhere. You'd be so I don't know. Anyway, right. So we've got 5 dilemmas. I'll go ahead with the first one. Dilemma 1. You're both stuck on a desert island. Which one player on the team would you choose to join you and why?
Go on, Les, you go first.
Repeat the question.
You're both stuck on a desert island.
Mm-hmm.
Which one player on the team would you choose to join you and why?
I'm probably picking Les.
No, you're together.
Yeah, you're together on the island. So
We're going
so
Booker.
Together.
the two of you are on the island together. Who are you
Booker,
picking?
for sure.
You're picking
Ebo.
Ibuka.
Yeah.
Gosh, give a shout out to Ibuka actually. We
Yeah,
don't actually
that's
talk
cat
about.
team.
We don't often talk about him on the podcast because he doesn't actually. He's not registered to play in the BBL team, but he trains with you guys week in, week out. He plays for the men's second team.
Yeah.
Absolutely balling out, by the way, in the men's second team this
he
season.
was
He
putting
is,
up
he's
Luca
doing, yeah.
numbers.
Yeah, he was. He had like a 40-point game.
Did
or
he?
something like that.
He had like a 40-point triple-double.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that
Nah,
was
it wasn't triple-double. It was like 8 rebounds.
Didn't
2
he?
rebounds off, innit? Or was it a triple-double?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter either way. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
killing.
You round it up, yeah. You call it.
Coach needs to figure out a way of getting him registered. I think it's just eligibility, with his nationality and stuff. They can't get more non-UK players on the team.
Oh man.
But man, if he could,
40 points, nearly triple double is unbelievable. In any league, right?
Right.
yeah, he's playing in Div 2 with Flyers 2, who we had in the podcast the other week. So
I like that. So you wanted the scat team back together, right? That's why you'd have him on the desert island with you.
That would be so funny.
It would be funny. But I picked it because, his background. Like, I'm Islander. He got island background. Ibuka, got an African background. I'm like, we'll figure something out. We on an island? We gonna figure something out, man. We gonna figure something out.
All right, we got another dilemma for you here, okay? Dilemma number 2 is you're in Pepper Nero, which you've just been in. Love that. You've ordered 4 20-inch pizzas. Okay, you got 4 of them. You have to finish them in an hour. Which one player on the team are you asking to help you two demolish all of them, and why?
I'm gonna be honest. I think if you ask anybody else, they're saying me.
Yeah.
100%.
I was about to say, we don't need no help.
You might not even.
He
need
gonna
help,
eat.
I'm
How
gonna be
much of
honest.
him? It's 4?
It's 420.
420
That's
The big ones.
He
The big
eat
ones.
I can probably get through 2 of them myself.
I can do. Oh man.
How many?
But if you
can
need-
do
I
one.
can get him on.
Yeah, you get one.
so you need to enlist the help of one more player to finish the last one. Who you picking? Hey, Malcolm?
Oh, how did we forget Malcolm? 100%.
Yeah. Malcolm. Yeah, that was a good
100%.
call. Whoa,
Both your faces
Malcolm.
there. You're like,
Yeah, Malcolm,
How did we
man.
forget? Oh, Malcolm.
Listen.
Oh, Malcolm's a tank.
Malcolm is a tank.
How many of them is he
Eats 2
smashing?
plates of
Probably 2.
breakfast.
Probably 2.
Easy.
Mate, I
I
see
might
it.
not get any.
I see him on game day. We go to Village Hotel before away games. We have lunch at the hotel.
that
They
guy
put
can
on
eat,
like buffet
man.
food. He goes up for like seconds. Like he stacks the plate massively high, huge mountain. He'll go up again for seconds,
It's a big dude.
and then
I
you'll
don't
take
get it.
some in the little takeaway box to take on the bus with him as well.
Yeah, it's a big dude.
I like
Get
that.
it. I don't understand.
Big man's got to eat.
Easy. That was easy then.
Yeah, there we go.
That was
How we
easy.
forget about
Dilemma
How we
number 3. You're on a night out with your friends, but only one player on the team can pick both of your outfits for the night. Which player are you picking?
Okay.
What, as in my outfit and his outfit?
Yeah.
So,
So
someone's picking your outfit. The same person's picking your outfit, Les, as well.
I'm saying Ebo.
Emo. Ebo got some swag.
Yeah, I'll probably say Ebo because I know Ebo won't. Our dress is kind of similar, so I'll probably say Ebo. That's for me.
Yeah.
I think Tev got a good taste for like dressing and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll see him get. He's rocking a few pairs of sneaks. I'll see his
he got some swag. He got
see his
some
collection. He's got some heat on the feet. We'll go with Ibuka and Tevin. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Dilemma number 3.
Number 4.
Number 4 even. Number 4. You want to go with that one, Sam?
Yeah. So the game's on the line. Flyers are down by 1 point. You've got 2 seconds left. Okay. Who's the one player you're getting the ball to win the game?
It depends. I only say it depends because it depends who's been hitting that game.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I've just made 2 or 3, I'm sorry, I'm saying I'm
gonna be honest. I think Mike Miller.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
You think he's
'Cause
clutch?
Mike Miller got moves, man. He's crafty. I don't think he get credit for his craftiness. Like he got some counters, he got spin, he got up and unders, he can finish.
Wait, how long's left?
2 seconds.
I'll say,
I say you
seconds.
advanced the ball out of a timeout, so you got it in the front
In
court.
the front court.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
I might even say B.
We need somebody to get a quick shot.
I might say B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, obviously,
Maybe Brandon.
I've seen him a bunch of times recently on that baseline when it's like out of bounds and he's coming off balance and he's shooting and
if
he's
you look-
going in.
But 2 seconds is a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
say
time.
Brandon.
2 seconds is a lot of time too to get one dribble off.
I remember that
Yeah, if-
playoffs last year. Mike was in that situation, wasn't he? And he hit that turnaround fadeaway from the short corner.
Mike is crafty.
Yeah.
It's between those two that I could come off top with.
Yeah, I'll probably say Mike and B.
Right. Last dilemma. You've both been kidnapped by 2 Caledonia Gladiator fans ahead of Friday's game, and you get one phone call to a fellow teammate to save yourselves and get back into the lineup. If they don't answer, you're not in the lineup for Friday. Who's the one person you're calling?
If they don't answer,
Yeah, they have to answer basically. They definitely will
answering
answer.
the phone.
Yeah.
100%
Wait,
guaranteed.
Someone who's guaranteed to answer the phone every time you call them. Because if they don't answer the phone, you're not in the squad for Friday's game.
I'm gonna be real. I don't call anyone on our team.
Yeah.
Like I don't call them. I text them. So I don't even know who picks their phone up and who doesn't.
We know he can't call B. He ain't checking his phone, man.
So who are we saying?
He ain't checking his phone.
Because otherwise, we're going to be 2 players down for Caledonia Gladiators on Friday.
Yeah, you've been stolen. So
Guarantee.
you guarantee.
It have to be a player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which player are we saying?
Does this what's okay? So we got kidnapped. We just calling for him to help us, or
So
he got to
basically,
come get us.
If he answers the phone, if the player answers the phone, you're immediately freed.
Yeah, the fans have just
Okay.
said it. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. It's not a real question, all right? It's not going to happen.
Pretty
I'd
much.
probably
Who you
say-
gonna call when you call someone? They have to pick up. Who do you know is always gonna pick up when you call them? That's what I'm
Out
saying.
of all the people on the team, I'd probably go with Corey. I think Corey answers one. You don't think
Corey?
Corey
answers?
answers?
Yeah, I reckon.
He answering?
You know what? I'm saying VJ.
So VJ.
VJ's always got his phone in his hand.
That is
always.
true.
I'm
He
saying
stays.
VJ. Yeah, I'm 100%
TV be
VJ.
in his phone. No, TV be forgetting his phone sometimes.
Yeah, VJ. I'm saying VJ. VJ
I'll tell you what. Shall
100%.
we try it now? Should we try it now?
What? Call VJ.
I ain't
Yeah,
got
let's
my phone on me.
get your phone out, Jelani.
If that work-
Can I connect it to this?
We'll hook it up to the
So
sound
go
desk
to
here.
your settings.
I just hope you don't say
And
nothing
we'll
crazy.
see.
when your idiot
We'll
answers
see
the
if he. We'll see if he answers the phone.
Let me FaceTime him.
phone. Boy,
Oh, FaceTime.
Here we go. FaceTime. Here you go.
Let's see if he'll pick up.
If not, you ain't playing, boy.
Here we go.
He knows you're on the
Is he
pod
gonna-
right now or not.
He's
Yeah.
asleep, man.
He'll be sleeping. Listen, if he doesn't answer,
Sleep,
you
man.
guys aren't playing on Friday.
I guarantee you gonna message the client saying, man, my bad, bro. I was
Come on,
asleep.
VJ, man. I had faith in you.
We needed
Okay,
you.
so we're gonna test the 2 of these. No, but they got a game. Corey and they got a game.
Yeah, but not till 6 p.m.
All
They'll
right,
be
I tell
there
you what,
already.
let's try Corey.
No, VJ.
Bro, try Corey. So VJ failed.
Oh, let's try Corey.
VJ
don't wanna
failed.
do it.
Last try.
Oh, Corey, bro.
All right, so Corey Samuels. Corey
'Cause I think
Samuels.
Corey gonna see it and he'll be like, I wonder why they calling.
Let's give Corey Samuels.
You guys ain't playing on Friday, man. We'll have to call coach and tell him.
Oh, Corey,
I mean,
bro.
we're giving you a second phone call here. Corey Samuels, here we go. Answer the phone, Corey.
These guys are bugging. I'll give it 2 more rings.
There's one.
Come on,
There's 2.
Corey,
Yeah,
man.
Ah.
We ain't playing.
You guys ain't playing on Friday.
There's a reason I don't call none of them.
That was going to be really good. Oh, we'll keep it connected. So if you, we'll keep it connected for a little while. So if he does call back, he can have a little
we can
chat.
speak to him, yeah.
Great stuff, Sam. We are miles behind schedule, so let's get to this week's news around the BBL.
You're listening to the Bristol Flyers Podcast.
Right, time to rattle through a whole bunch of news of what's been going on around the BBL this week, and got to start by chatting about the 2 wins at the weekend. Friday, big win against Sheffield Sharks live on Sky Sports, followed it up with a big win at home against the Newcastle Eagles. What a weekend it was.
Man alive. Both of those wins are unbelievable. I was watching the first one on Sky, and it was weird actually, because it was quite close in the first half or so, and then right at the end you just went and it never felt scary at the end, did it? They just kind of took it away from them, and we broke the Sky Sports curse as well, so love that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Fellas, what was it like in the locker room after those 2 wins? I imagine the team chemistry, the team morale was pretty high.
Yeah, for sure it was. It's always good to get two wins, especially on the road. Sheffield is a good team, well coached. So especially on the Sky Sports, a lot of teams tend to struggle a little bit, on the big stage or the big, whatever. So, but yeah, it was good. Just having 2 wins back to back, have a good weekend. Just try to continue that and move into the weekend, the next games, with some momentum.
We got to talk about those naughty 30 points that you made, Jelani. All 30 of them were just beautiful, I think, Joel. 6 from 8 from the 3-point line. Like some unbelievably quick releases. I was loving every second of it.
Yeah, do you going into that game? When you're warming up, is that when you feel like you're having a good? When do you know you're gonna have, or when do you know you're gonna have one of those nights?
Don't know. It depends. Because it was in that warm-up, my shot was feeling nice. It was feeling good. I think I was very well rested as well. I was chilling. I went on a little walk before we came to the game and stuff. So my mind was good and my mind was right as well. But yeah, man, I wanted to bounce back. I had a couple not so great games. I just wanted to bounce back.
Does it help when you see it sort of go in the first couple of attempts? That sort of fuels the rest, doesn't it? And 100%. Especially when they go under on those screens, and it just sort of gives you that extra space just to get that shot off.
100%. See, me, I'm like a momentum player. So once I make 1 or 2, I'm gonna keep trying. And if they keep going, I'm gonna keep going as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To not sound harsh, what sort of idiot sees your tapes and then goes under the screens? What do you know what I'm saying?
I was quite surprised by that actually. The first one, I mean, that was just kind of unexpected. The second one he went under. I think the third one it was wide open. So after that I was just I don't know what's going on here, but listen, I'm not gonna complain.
I watch it and I'm like, I can just see you with the ball in your hands, he's trying to get a shot away again. I can see him ready to go.
You could see he's winding up, he wants it.
But then there's the one later on in the second half where I don't know if you're quite open to shoot. I can't quite remember, but there is that such naughty left, one hand, didn't even 2 hand, just 1 hand pick up high off the glass. That's what's so good about you, is the diverse range of shots that you've got. It's not the 3, just the 3. It's the drive in, all the rest of it as well. And I like that. I love the faces you pull afterwards. It looks like you're chatting at everyone when you're doing those shots.
It depends. See, look, me, when I'm in that mode, I just get in that mode. And like I told you before, I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. I'm just saying stuff.
Yeah, you look like you're having fun out there, and it's probably the perfect game to do it because, of course, Mark Stootle coaching the Newcastle Eagles team. He's also the acting head coach for the GB national team, and they've got the upcoming February international window. I imagine that would have put a good case in for yourself, potentially, give him something to think about ahead of the team selection.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
What would that mean to you if you were to get, selected? Because I know you've played under 20s level, but to get that call up to the senior men's team, what would that mean to you?
I mean, it'll be good. Honestly, it's an honor to represent your country. Do you know what I mean? Play international basketball, that's the highest level, and just to be recognized as one of the best to do what you do in your country, that's a good. Like I said, it's an honour. Yeah.
Well, it prompted a little campaign on socials after the game. Matt Hardy from BBL Daily put this tweet out. I think he photoshopped your face.
That's not Photoshop. That's real, right?
You know that's my boy as well. That's Carl.
Is that Carl Wheatle?
That's my boy. Because even when I looked at it, I said, hold on a minute. I'm seeing all the taps on the shoulders and that. I'm like, nah.
So he photoshopped your face on Carl Wheatle's body, and he's put the caption, "Make it happen," and he's used JWGB. I quite like it.
I do like that. Because the thing is, I couldn't log into my Twitter for some reason, so I didn't see it until a day or so later. I just started laughing when I was
I didn't even clock the JWGB. I think that's quality.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, you thought about getting that many tattoos, Jelani? Bit extra ink.
See me, I've started on my legs. I want to get my legs done first before I go to my upper body, because I feel like
This is a good preview here of what it could potentially look like when you get the arms done.
I feel like when you get your arms done, like you look in the mirror, you just got one tat, you're like, that looks weird, I gotta get this. Then you're gonna start getting this, then you're gonna get this, then it's just gonna go get covered.
You look angry in that picture, bro.
I'm not good at taking
What was
pictures, man. I'm not good at taking pictures. Huh?
Was that media day?
That's my
No, that's not this
college
year.
picture.
That's a college picture.
That's
Yeah.
my college picture.
No, that's not a Flyers picture. I recognise it if it was the Flyers one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got good cameras.
Yeah, absolutely, Les, perfect answer. Well, obviously that performance on Sunday and Mike's performance on Friday, and both of you a spot in the BBL Team of the Week.
Yes.
So many congratulations to the both of you. VJ King could have easily had a case for Team of the Week as well. Had a couple of 20-point performances over the weekend. So you know, it's so you can only pick 5 players in Team of the Week, but. So Jelani and Mike both getting the call up for Team of the Week. Other news around the BBL this week, or Bristol Flyers even, loyalty scheme. A lot of you will have noticed, season ticket holders and members, we are about to launch a brand new loyalty scheme. This will be for season ticket holder members only, so look out for news on that very soon. I am told it will be in the next week or so. Essentially, season ticket holders and members, they receive a startup balance of loyalty points for being a season ticket holder or a member. You can earn more loyalty points for doing things like buying tickets, scanning into games, turning up earlier ahead of tip-off, watching videos online. You can earn loyalty points for all these things, and then you can go into the My Rewards loyalty portal, the Flyers Rewards portal, and you can spend these points on some exclusive prizes and giveaways, competitions, experiences. There's so much in there. We will get Charlie Lincoln, our head of marketing, on the podcast in as soon as it's launched, to talk about this in more detail. He's buzzing to come on and talk about it. He's nagging us for ages to get on the Flyers podcast, hasn't he, Sam?
Yeah, so the second that happens, like, we still don't really know what it's going to look like yet, so he will come on, explain it all, show you all the great things that we've got with it, and and when it launches, we'll let you know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Player signing news around the BBL. Just over a month to go until the player signing window slams shut, so clubs have until the end of February to make their final signings for the rest of the season. After the window slams shut, they can't add any more players to their rosters. Sheffield Sharks, they signed American forward Tarin Flowers. He played in Ontario Clippers in the NBA G League last season. Made his debut against us on Sky Sports on Friday. Just 3 points, 2 rebounds for him in that game. More signing news. Plymouth City Patriots have added Jules Dangakodo. Jelani, that's a good friend of yours, right?
Who, Jules?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. We work out together in the summer.
It'd be quite an interesting matchup when you guys face off again. It's a couple of weeks, isn't it, till you guys play Plymouth?
I think it's next week. No,
been
it's
around-
not the next game. It's the game after.
Yeah.
Wait, what position is he?
He's a point guard.
Oh,
yeah.
so you will come up against each other.
100%.
Ah,
100%.
I love that.
Any words on WhatsApp been sent since he signed, or any? Because there's a bit of a southwest rivalry there between Bristol and Plymouth.
I'm just happy to see Jules back in the league, man. He was out for a little minute, just working out, just grinding. So I'm just happy to see him.
Yeah, he had a short spell with London City Royals back when they were a BBL team, and now back in the BBL again with the Plymouth City Patriots.
Love that.
Other signing news: Caledonia Gladiators. They yesterday announced the signing of Fero Ali Hodzic. He played for London Lions during the 2020-21 season. Goes into the squad ahead of Friday's game, which is quite interesting, fellas, because a new player coming in, making their debut against the Flyers on Friday. You don't often see players come into a team mid-season and sort of gel straight away. So it'll be interesting to see how Fero Ali Hodzic even fits into the team for Friday's game, right?
Yeah, I mean, we see it all the time. Players sort of sign. They take a few weeks, like maybe even a month or two to get into. We had it last year with Sweet Cheeks Johnson. He joined the team for the month that Evans.
If you listen to a previous episode of the podcast, we had Antoine Johnson on the podcast, and you'll learn why he's called Sweet Cheeks.
Yeah. So it's weird, but for the month he was with us, it was okay, but he didn't really hit the ground running. But then he joined. What team did he join? He joined Sheffield, and he was tearing it up for them. So you'll see it all the time in the league, won't you? It takes a few sort of weeks to get into it.
Yeah, interesting signing this Caledonia one, because it does kind of suggest that Ali Fraser's injury is a bit because obviously they've still got an American import slot to fill. They released Burns earlier in the season. He went to London Lightning in Canada, so they still got an American spot to fill. It's just they've replaced him with a GB player in Ferro Alihodzic. However, I imagine that does mean there is still another American to come in before the end of the window. Let's just hope it's not a lastminute.com signing announcement on game day. We all know how much I love those ones. Fellas, what's it like for you guys? You know, you prepare for like these teams, and all of a sudden they like make a late change in their roster. You know, you have the scouting report all set out, and then sometimes a team will go and like announce a player last minute. How much does that like affect your preparations and stuff for games?
To be honest, it's just a part of it. To be honest, do you know what I mean? Like basketball is just a game of adjustments anyway. So it's just like coach will always have us prepared anyway.
Yeah.
Because coach will probably hear it around the league, and he'll start prepping, watching film on them, and giving us a heads up on them regardless. So I feel like coach always has us prepared, whether it's because even with Florin, who's it, Flowers?
Flowers.
Like coach heard about it, and he didn't know if he was gonna play or not. Like 2-3 days before he was even announced, coach was showing us film on him.
So
So I
he
feel
watched like 100 clips on him.
Like he said, like 100. Coach said I watched like 150 clips on him.
150.
Yeah, coach.
And I'm looking at coach like he said 150.
He works hard
So
for you guys.
he knew all his moves already. Pretty much.
Word
He knew
around
what
the
to expect,
grapevine travels fast. They hide the signings, but coach somehow has finds a way to dig them out.
Coach is always gonna have us prepared, man. Always.
So Caledonia, if you're listening, coach knows who you signed already to replace Burns.
Yeah.
He knows already.
He's probably watching film right now.
If you're watching film right now.
Yeah, he's for sure.
You guys shouldn't worry though, because you're going to be kidnapped and not be able to play. So
Hey.
You guys obviously travel up on Thursday, which is tomorrow, don't you? You travel up. It's the first game I'm not making this season. So
lazy, Joel.
These guys are going up on Thursday. They're staying overnight, and then the game's on Friday, and then they'll be going straight back to Bristol through the night.
I bet you like that because it's like you don't have to travel that way and then still go and play. Like it'd be nice to actually have a bit of a proper prep for it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely beautiful.
What are you doing to kill time on those journeys? I imagine they must be pretty, obviously these away journeys, like normally it's around 3 hours on average, but this one, looking at 6-7 hours or so.
I like to read, so I read a bit. And I just like to talk, man. I like to talk to my teammates.
Tevin gets going and then you start talking.
It's not even Tevin. It's more so like so it'll be Brandon, Corey, Brandon, Pasquale, and Nassim, Corey, and Les. So I normally just go and sit with them, and we just talk like the whole time.
We'll get the podcast up and running again. The non PC podcast. We'll get that started.
That's bad for PR, man. It's bad for PR.
Every time.
Couple more bits to wrap through before we get through this week's news. This weekend is the BBL Cup final. London Lions taking on the Leicester Riders. Fellas, any predictions for that game? London v Leicester, you going to be locked into that one at all on Sunday, or?
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
Probably think probably London, to be honest.
London
London's
is
they're huge, man.
Yeah.
They're huge. They're a good team as well.
Yeah.
Well coached. Size-wise, it's just...
I was telling, I don't know who I was telling, but I was saying the team is designed for the Euro Cup.
Yeah.
It's not really designed for the BBL as much, so it's going to always be difficult whoever they play against, in this league. So the odds are always going to be in their favor, pretty much. So
Yeah, it will be interesting. Well, obviously, London playing Leicester in both the BBL and the WBBL Cup final, so it should be a great day of basketball. Also on the Sunday, the BBL Slam Dunk competition. A certain Marcus Delpesh, Malcolm's brother, was going to be taking part in the dunk contest. I saw him take part in the dunk contest last year. He had nothing up his sleeve. He came with zero preparation.
Yeah, Malcolm showed me and Joe a little video on the way to
I didn't see any of it.
Was it not great?
It was bad.
He just didn't make anything in
I want to
make none.
Barely.
after the dunk contest this weekend. I'm going to try and dig up that video from Malcolm, and we'll see if we can run it on the podcast of Marcus's dunks, and we'll see if we can compare him from what he puts up on Sunday. But if anyone's listening, any of the participants are listening, obviously it's Marcus Delpesh, Henzi Sacco of the Sharks, Maceo Jack, and James Hawthorne. If any of you listening to this, please come with some preparation, please. I'm begging. Let's have a good dunk contest. But that's also on Sunday.
The guy from Plymouth?
Yeah, James Hawthorne
He
from
can
Plymouth.
Oh, he
He
can.
can jump.
Is Taj Green not in it?
No, Taj Green's not in it, no.
I mean, he
Who-
can fly.
He can fly. Who are you guys backing for the dunk contest this year out of those four?
To be honest, I don't even really know.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's different. You can have bounce, but you might not have a dunk package.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't even know what people are capable of. So I have no idea.
That's
Yeah.
my problem. Is this just all this bounce, like ridiculous, and just no dunk package? Do you know what I mean?
I'll probably go for. You said his name's Henry.
Henzi Sacco.
Henzi. I'll probably go
Henzi
for him because
Sacco.
he's short. He's the shortest one.
Yeah.
So
Who he
like
play for?
Sheffield.
Yeah.
Which one was
He's
that?
the young
He
guy.
didn't really play that much.
I'm backing Team Delpesh. I'm backing Marcus. If he comes with some prep, I'll back in
The
Marcus
thing is,
Delpesh.
it's always difficult for a big to have like a dunk package.
Yeah.
Because if you go out and you do like a windmill, it's like.
Yeah, but you don't need a dunk package. Just put like a cape on, do a Superman. Let's get some
That's
props
corny,
out.
man.
Let's get
12
some-
feet.
Let's get some
That's
props out
corny.
there.
That doesn't
like-
work anymore.
You know what I mean?
In today's age, you need a dunk
Yeah,
package.
you gotta do something.
Well, let's
that's
get
like,
some
oh.
props out there. Let's get get a teammate involved. Get them involved.
Nah, you
pass it
gotta
off the side of the
package.
backboard
You
or
gotta
something.
between the
You gotta
legs
have
or
something.
something. Yeah.
The small guys, when they do it though, it really looks impressive, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's what you're saying. Like it's hard for a big to win it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
Because
tough.
even Dwight Howard, he can jump for a guy that's 7 feet. So he was able to do something that was a little impressive, but
Yeah.
you got to really be out the box with it if you're big.
Yeah, so we're not going to see Marcus Delpesh getting Superman cape out.
You don't know. I mean, you can only wait until that day and see what he comes up with.
No.
It's on Sky Sports anyway if you want to watch it on Sunday. Sky Sports, I think it's Sky Sports Arena. All the action tips off from 10:30 a.m. with the Women's Cup final first, followed by a dunk contest at 2, and then 3:30 p.m. is the men's final. One more thing to wrap up in this week's news. Cool, that's been a long section.
Yeah, a bit too long.
All right, mate, blimey. Tickets for our next two games are sold out. So we've got Newcastle Eagles coming up in our next home game. That one's completely sold out, February 17th. The following game, March 5th, against Manchester. That one is also sold out.
Already.
Yeah, we got nothing left. We got nothing left for tickets. In terms
That's
of
pretty impressive though, because that's what February. That's like 2-3 weeks away.
It is. So the next game you can actually buy tickets for on the Bristol Flyers website is against Plymouth City Patriots, March 17th.
So those are not sold out.
That's 2 months away.
And there's only 30 tickets left for that game.
Wasn't
at that
there
time.
like a record of sold out
Yeah,
games?
so we've sold out. It's around 60 straight games we've sold out now. SGS Wise Campus, yeah. 700 and just under 750 capacity.
But we're fine. We're having issues because we're selling out so far in advance now. It's like people are thinking, "Oh, I could book a ticket in 2 months," and they can't.
I've been seeing different faces when you look inside, when you look in the
have it
crowd.
or you-
Yeah, I have. Like,
Yeah,
you'll be like,
loads of new
this
people
is
are coming to
somebody
games.
different.
Yeah. Loads of new fans we find coming to games. So we do welcome you to the Flyers family if you come to the game.
Way
Oh,
more kids too, man.
Yeah.
We can't even get out the locker rooms, like not with the bathrooms to be able to sign. As soon as you walk out, it's like, oh, like they just rush you, man.
That's
It's
nice
a lot.
though, eh?
Yeah, it's
You
good.
gotta
It's
love
just
you gotta love the kids, man.
But it's
Signing
a lot,
foreheads and
man.
stuff.
Yeah.
it is a lot.
Well, that is awesome. And if you are listening to the podcast for the first time, well, we do welcome you as a listener as well. That's everything from this week's news, and now you are fully up to date.
This is the Bristol Flyers Podcast.
Right, before we get to the mailbag sound, we've got to go through word of the week. No wheel spinning this week because we're away on the road. Last week, the wheel decided that we would have to say, I'd have to say the word, what was it?
Abdication.
Abdication. Oh, I can tell you I said, well, I'll tell you what. I said abdicate or something like that.
Abdicated. Should we listen to it?
Yeah, let's have a listen.
And Gareth, we talk about Newcastle Eagles. They're such a storied team in the league, the most successful BBL franchise in the country, but going through a rebuild process at the moment, and they've abdicated that top spot in the BBL Championship. They're looking to rebuild their squad, aren't they?
So abdicated, not abdication. Are we allowing that, or is that going to be a fail?
It's up to you guys. What do you reckon?
Was that in the right context?
It doesn't really make sense as a sentence, I'm afraid, Joel.
Or abdication.
I'm googling the definition right now.
Abdication, like if you abdicate the spot, it means you've given up the top spot.
Yeah, but on
The whole
purpose
thing-
usually, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Jelani's Googling it right now.
I'll give it to him.
You're going to give it to him?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, all right, fine. You can
There
have
we
it,
go.
Joel.
I'll have it. There we go. Word of the week. It's not coming back for a while because we are on the road for a little while, but we will bring it back soon. Any suggestions, please send them in at Bristol Flyers on all social platforms.
You're listening to the Bristol Flyers Podcast.
Right, final thing we've got to do before we wrap this episode up. Mailbag. We've had a couple of questions come through from the mailbag this week. We thought we'd put them to you guys. First question, George Townsend on Twitter. Shout out, George. Leslie, what would you say was your best spell in the BBL?
Probably my first year.
First year Bristol?
Yeah, first year Bristol. That's probably my best spell.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we had a rough start.
Mm.
But I think, with the change in the roster and, my improvement in gameplay, I think it really helped fuel the run.
Yeah.
And
I think it was 1-11, wasn't it? We started that season, and then we brought in Aaron Cosby.
Yeah.
I remember that season really well, actually.
Yeah. So I would say that was probably my best run. The second year was a little rough for me. I had some injuries, but that was probably my best spell that first year.
Yeah. Nice. Well, we went 1-11, and then we won 15 of our last 18.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it was like a season of two halves. We made the playoffs in the last day of the season.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. We had to beat. I think it was.
Leeds or something.
We had to beat Surrey.
Ah,
it was
sorry.
on the road.
Ah, yeah, okay.
It was a road game.
Yeah.
I think we both was fighting for that last spot or something like that.
Was it close or was it?
It was a close game. It was a nail biter for sure.
I love
it was
that.
tough. That was a good game. That was a good.
Another question from George. This time is for Jelani. Have you met your own expectations for this season?
Have I met my own expectations?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
So what were your expectations coming into the season? What were you hoping for in your first year as a pro?
So what was I hoping for?
Yeah, like what were you setting as your expectations at the start of the year?
Well, with me, I don't like to set expectations in terms of numbers and stats. I don't like to do that because I feel like you can get distracted that way.
Yeah.
And start chasing numbers. I think before I came in, I kind of wanted to just remind people who I was in a way, because I feel like me going away to America for so long, I felt like people had forgotten about me and like what I could do. Like a lot of people didn't even know I was British when I first came to the league.
And then they heard you talk.
Yeah, because I even had when he was playing Newcastle the first time.
Yeah.
Played against Ben Mockford and he was like, "But I didn't even know you was British." Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Just stuff like that. But with me, no, I haven't met my own expectations. I think I've struggled with consistency. Been a bit up and down and stuff. So, yeah. But I don't think I'll ever meet my expectations.
And that's a good thing. Like you used to keep pushing it.
I had a coach. My college coach used to say, he used to tell us, "You never meet my expectations, because the moment I see you getting close to it, I'll raise it even higher."
Yeah,
So
that's good.
I don't think I'll ever meet my expectations now.
Well, I can tell you for one thing, people know who you are now.
Yeah.
The people remember who you are now, bro. You are tearing it up in this league. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it was really great stuff.
Okay, another question for you here. Matt from BBL Daily on
Shout out,
Twitter. Yeah, big shout out, Matt. Always getting involved. If each of you could incorporate something from the other person's game, what would that be?
From his game?
So you want something from his game, he's got to get something from your game.
Who wants to go first?
I'll take his shooting ability.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I could have shoot a little bit back in my, but he's very consistent with his being able to knock down multiple shots in a row.
Mm-hmm.
On any night. That consistency from behind the line, I take that.
Yeah. What about you, Jelani?
Taking Les's, when he's warm, taking his bounce.
Bounce. Hey,
Bro, Les can get, don't get it twisted. When Les is warm, Les can get up.
Hey, have you seen the clips of Leslie back in his first spell with
Bro,
Bristol?
listen.
Like his putbacks.
Me, Ebo, and the scene we was in our house, and we was playing Les's highlights from 5 years ago. Whatever. So Les comes through like, "You guys watching me?" Yeah, I'm taking that. I need all that. I don't have any.
I remember a big putback in Worcester. I remember a poster in Worcester as well.
Yeah.
That they're both in the same game actually. That one. I remember.
Who did you post it?
I can't remember that guy's
I
name.
can't remember his name.
Jordan?
No. I can't remember his name
He
either.
was a Spanish guy. I didn't like
Is it
that guy.
Lazonsky?
I don't know. I didn't like him.
Pavel Lazonsky.
He was dirty.
Was he?
He was one of those guys, you know, he was a dirty player. So that's why when I dunked on him, I stepped over him because he was pissing me off.
That's outrageous as well.
Did you get teed up?
No, like when I dunked it, like I looked down, like, you know.
I remember Hamid and Greg. If you watch the clip, Hamid Ali and Greg Street both going up to him, like trying to hold him back. It's quite funny.
Yeah,
I got to see that.
I was mad.
It's on Flyers YouTube. You can go check it out.
I was mad. I ain't gonna lie.
Final question here, Jelani. Can we expect a dunk from you anytime soon?
Can you expect a dunk from me?
That's a dig, bro.
Yeah, I think it is.
You know what it is?
Eli Brown.
Yeah, Eli. Okay, I know that. I know exactly who that is. You know what?
Who is it, Jelani?
It's my boy from America. Yeah, I used to play AAU together.
Okay. He's asked if they can expect a dunk from you anytime soon.
If I get an open lane early on in the game when my legs aren't tired, I might try. But I have to feel good in a warm up. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well, we'll hold you to that.
Possibly.
Possibly. Potentially.
Yeah.
Great stuff. That's going to do it for this week's episode of the podcast. Fellas, thank you so much for joining us, the SCAT team on the Bristol Flyers podcast. Sam, anything else you want to add before we wrap this one up?
No, just go get us another dub on Friday, gents.
Yeah, best of luck on Friday up in Caledonia. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. We are available on all major podcast providers every single Wednesday here on the Bristol Flyers podcast.